Hey guys, it's Tuesday the 26th. This week looks like it's gonna be pretty slow. So I might end up adding in a little bit of next week into this vlog just because my legal writing class was canceled yesterday, so it's just been property for the last 2 days. My reading schedule has been pretty solid, so not a whole lot happening on that end. The biggest thing this week is going to be getting ready for mock interviews. So tomorrow, or actually I think it's today, we have resume drop. So basically the way the mock interview program works here is we submit our resumes, and then we schedule mock interviews with different firms, and then that will be taking place in the middle of November. But a lot of that prep is happening now, so I'm putting the last touches on my resume. Later on today I have an interview skills workshop that I'm going to be going to. So yeah, this week looks like it's just going to be a lot of prep for weeks to come. I have a practice memo due on Friday, but I'm not really stressed about that because I did a lot of the heavy lifting a few weeks ago. Y'all saw that progress. I got a really good fictitious grade, so it's not a real grade, but my professor said if we wanted some feedback, we could get that, and so he gave us feedback and also kind of what grade would we have gotten. So he told me I would have gotten a B, which is awesome, so I am not too stressed about that. I added some of the suggestions he made, added another case. I think I'm just gonna go in and try to condense, be more concise, because she's a little long right now, but that's not the worst thing in the world. So yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna be too rough of a week. It's Halloween week, which is my favorite time of the year, so just gonna be a lot of just trying to get in the spooky season while I can. And yeah, so we'll see how long this vlog ends up being. I'm not too sure right now. Might add in a little bit of next week, but we will see. Hey guys, long time no chat. This week has been not the worst, but I think I've just been really tired and I haven't really had the time to kind of just sit down and talk with y'all. So I'm about to start writing out my next week, planning out my schedule and things like that, and I figured this was a good time to kind of just catch up, talk about how classes are going, what the rest of the semester is going to look like, things like that. It's crazy to think that I only have 5 weeks of my first semester of law school. It feels like it's been eternity and also 2 weeks all at the same time. I don't know how that's possible, but it just, time does not seem accurate at this point. It just feels like it's either been a really long time or not a long time at all. So when I usually start getting ready for the next week, usually like Friday afternoons, I like to pull up my syllabi and my assigned readings for the next week and just jot them down in my planner so I can see kind of what this week is going to look like. So first we're going to start with property, because that's my first class on Monday, and it looks like it's going to be my only class on Monday and Tuesday, because my legal writing class was canceled for Monday. So looks like I'm only going to have to worry about readings for Monday and Tuesday. Okay, so that's quite a bit. It looks like one case, but 5 different like pages of notes. So yeah, she even noted on this, she says, the reading is longer than usual, about 25 pages. But at least it looks like no one's going to be on call on Monday. She's going to be just straight up lecturing, so that's not the worst. But not loving that it's 25 pages for a Monday. So it looks like for Tuesday we're just going to be reviewing the material from Monday, which is great because that means I do not have to read another 25 pages worth of material in 2 days. We love that. That makes this weekend a little more bearable. Okay, and then for Wednesday, it looks like 2 cases, and same thing with Thursday, but it looks like we're switching into a new topic. So we're only been covering nuisance Monday, Tuesday, and it looks like we're going into servitudes on Wednesday, Thursday. So let's go see what I have to read for torts on Wednesday. Okay, so it looks like I have some supplemental reading on the Palsgraf case, which is a super famous torts case, and then maybe about like 8 pages in the textbook, so not the worst. Actually, I lied. Okay, maybe it looks like 18 pages in the textbook, still not the worst, so we're good with that. Okay, so now that I finished writing down all my writing assignments, I am going to go in and color code them. Color coding just helps my brain recognize information faster. So, property's green, legal writing's pink, torts is blue, and crim is purple. That's just kind of how these classes are associated in my brain. I don't know, it helps me. So this week I only have legal writing once. We just turned in our final practice memo today, so this is the last like feedback we'll get before our final goes out, not next week but the week after, and we cannot get like help or feedback on that. It's kind of just like it's assigned to us and then they tell us when it's due, and that's when we turn it in. So this will be the last chance to kind of just get like verification that I'm on the right track when it comes to writing memos. Honestly, I feel pretty good about this practice memo. We just added in like the questions, answers, and facts, which honestly are not like that big of like a deal. So I'm expecting a good response from this memo. However, it's still just a little nerve-wracking because this is completely new to me. I've never done something like this before. I've never done legal writing before, so it's still a little just like fresh in my mind. Monday I have a mentoring orientation. So my school does alumni mentors. So they match 1Ls with graduated alumni who are practicing, and so we have to go to an orientation for that on Monday. And then Monday night, we have a Women's Law Caucus event sponsored by one of the law firms. So that's going to be pretty fun. I'm expecting it's going to be at this like cheese house, and there's going to be wine and, you know, charcuterie boards, and we get to dress up. So I am really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be fun, and I'm excited to mingle with some of the lawyers from that firm. Speaking of law firms, so I did end up signing up for my mock interviews earlier this week. So in a few weeks, I will be doing a mock interview with Akin Gump and Baker Botts. Both are pretty big firms in Texas. I'm mainly interested in their litigation department, but this is a mock interview, so it's not a real interview. However, my career counselor did kind of make it clear that even though, you probably won't lose a job over this, that this could eventually lead to a job. So you do want to put your best foot forward. At least, you don't want to just completely blow it off. So, and then we also could start applying for some associate positions. So I'm currently working on writing some cover letters for that. Those apps aren't due until like November 9th, which is like a week away. So it's not at the top of my to-do list, but I do want to get around to it probably sometime this weekend. And then just a goal for this weekend is I want to get as much of my notes typed up so I can start placing them in a outline. I feel like I'm a little behind on the outlining process, but when I think about it, I've been typing up my notes basically the entire semester. So in a way, I have been outlining basically since day one. So it's just not in like a outlined document, it's on like a notebook on my laptop. So essentially I could just go back and copy and paste those into an outline and there we go. But it's more of the process than the product, and I feel like I've been doing the process for the entire semester, so I'm not beating myself up about it because I feel like I've been doing the process the entire time. So even though I don't have a product to show for it, it's kind of just like, am I learning the information? I think so. So that's basically all that matters. And I'm still deciding what I want to do for my summer. I'm not sure if I want to end up going to a firm or if I want to do something public interest related. I'm kind of still feeling that out, but as of right now, I don't want to exclude anything. So we're kind of just going for what's out there. As those interviews get closer, I will show y'all how I'm preparing for them, and hopefully I can show you how they end up going, feedback that they give me, things like that.
Have a good weekend.
So I haven't really been vlogging much these last few days, mainly for two reasons. The first one is things have kind of been pretty mundane for the last like week. Not a whole lot like variation, honestly. Like I wake up, I go to school, I come home, I eat, and I do a little bit more work, and then I go to sleep. And it's been pretty much that cycle for the last few weeks. So it hasn't really been like anything too new or too exciting, honestly. Just a lot of like the same routine. And then the other reason is I actually was like injured pretty recently. So I've been with an ankle brace for the last few weeks. That's kind of limited my like mobility and just kind of like my like willingness to go out and do things, just because I don't want to make it worse, and it's also just a little uncomfortable. So that's been kind of like minimizing my like outings, and kind of just my like, you know, any kind of like deviation from my routine has just kind of been like limited. So it's been pretty boring the last few days, and I think you can tell from the vlog. But I was in the middle of doing my property writing assignment, and I really just didn't want to keep doing it. That sounds bad, but I really don't have the motivation to do it right now. So I figured I would just hop on and chat with y'all for a little bit, just to kind of get my creative juices flowing, maybe. I mean, it's not like a hard assignment, I don't think. It's just gonna take a little while, and it's like I have to read like a deposition, I have to compare the deposition facts with like statutes for Fate Town, and then I have to compare it to our case notes and the cases we read in class, and it's just like my brain doesn't really want to do that right now, although I know I have to because it's due on Tuesday and it is Friday afternoon and I have not started it. Well, I just started it, but yeah, so it has to get done. I at least need to get like a good substantial start going, but I just really have not been motivated to do this. Just seems like a lot of work. I know that's like kind of counterintuitive because I'm in law school, but like, you know, we're just constantly going all the time, and sometimes I forget to just kind of like take a breath and just be like, you know, you don't have to do everything all the time. Like, you are allowed to sit down and like watch an episode of Criminal Minds and just kind of like just rest. And I think that's kind of what I'm needing at this point. I just need rest, which has been kind of nice having this like ankle injury, because I can rest, and that's been good. But it's just I'm tired, y'all. It's really tiring. But on the other side, I have to stay determined, because this sucks now, but it's all for a purpose. So I need to keep my eye on that prize, even if that means doing this property writing assignment that I really don't want to do. Yeah. And then these next few weeks are gonna be getting kind of intense. I've officially started outlining. I'd also been kind of putting that one off for a little while, just because that seemed like it was going to be a lot just to start. And I haven't made like substantial progress. Like, I just want to put that out there. Like, I literally have the most bare skeleton structure of an outline there could possibly be. It literally has like headings, subheadings, and that's it. I have not put in any kind of like material from class, nothing. It's just kind of there, but just doing that alone was such a huge like milestone for me that I'm like, good job, you know, you started. And that's like, I had been pushing it off for a little while, and you know, maybe I just wasn't ready to get it started anyways, but now that I have started, it's like, okay, the hardest step was just starting, so now it's just kind of going through and just, you know, making it all fit in here somehow. So I'll try and get some more work done. The lack of motivation is real, but we are going to keep going because that's what we do. So I just finished my property writing assignment. That one was a lot harder than the one before. There was just a lot more facts, a lot more synthesizing involved than kind of just, you know, what case is similar to this. Instead, it was use the material we were learned in class to, you know, create an argument. So basically, it was like a mini exam question. And it was pretty intimidating getting started just because I wasn't really sure what a good starting point was. Earlier today, I got to attend a Barbary exam taking workshop, so that was actually really helpful, especially for this assignment that I was just working on, because it is very much formatted like a law school exam, which I've never taken a law school exam, so I didn't really know how to, you know, start writing an answer, let alone what kind of like layout I wanted for my answer. So that workshop actually came out really handy, especially just for this assignment, but also just to like help me prepare for exams that are going to be coming up in like a month and a half, less than that. So it doesn't feel like I have a whole lot of time, but I'm just trying to at least I've started the outlines, so that's at least that. They're very empty. My goal this week is to get a lot of substance into them. In the workshop, they were talking about how on your outlines you should put your rule statements first, so that way when you're taking the exam, instead of having to like flip through and find the different cases and try and synthesize on the fly what the rule was, you have the rule statement right there, so you can just plug and chug as you need them. And I thought that was a really handy tip that I'm definitely going to implement moving forward with these outlines. And daylight savings just happened, so my body is completely turned around. It feels really late. I feel like it's almost my bedtime, but it's actually only like 8:30, so I guess I can get a few more readings done. I wouldn't say like the property assignment is like done, ready to go, submit. I definitely want to look it over again tomorrow, kind of just go through, see if I missed any like glaring facts, any like arguments that I could make now that I've gotten a good sleep on it. I'm gonna read through, make sure it's coherent, and then I want to get it submitted pretty early tomorrow just because I don't like having deadlines hanging over me. So if I can get it turned in tomorrow, maybe by like afternoon, then that would be the best outcome. Before I wrap up this vlog, I do just want to take a moment to thank everyone who's been supporting me through all of this. I've been getting a lot of emails and DMs from people saying that they've found my videos really inspiring and helpful, and so I just want to say, you know, thank you for watching me, thank you for following me, thank you for pushing my platform out there so that way other people can get exposed to me. I'm a big person on representation, and considering that only 2% of lawyers are Latinas, I think it's really important to get our stories and our faces out there. Again, thank you all for the support. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all very soon.